$90, relatively speaking, is a lot of money, especially for who this mouse is marketed toward, and even more so for the fans that they want to be interested. I've been using a Razer Mamba for a good part of a year now. So, is this mouse an example of overhyped peripherals with the influencer's image slapped all over it? Well, to answer it briefly, Jordan Belfort said it best.
Absolutely fucking not.
For context, I'm a gamer and I've been a gamer all my life. While primarily I do play on console, I would say I dabble in the PC community. I've always wanted the top of the line, best of the best accessories to get me, the best gaming experience. I can have the sexiest experience and I can be the greatest of all time. As I got older, I started to appreciate spending lots of money on these accessories and looking at them as investments rather than a waste of money. This mouse is a good example of that. This is the Air58 Ninja and it is awesome. I didn't know about Finalmouse until about 3 weeks ago. I've never seen one in person. I've never touched one. I didn't know what this mouse was going to be, but the hype around it had me standing in line for 3 hours anxiously waiting to put my paws all over one and slip my fingers deep inside. First off, this mouse is incredibly sexy. If you have trypophobia, look elsewhere as there are less holy options available. It comes in cherry blossom red and cherry blossom blue. Lots of blue. Two pretty colors that would suit a war between two parties such as these two fine fellas. It has really cool haiku scrolls in the middle scroll wheel. And I was actually able to translate mine. It says, now, we cannot forget the number one thing about this mouse that makes it super sexy aside from the way it looks, and it's how much it weighs. Number 10.
The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus.
Finalmouse's previous product weighed a mere 67 grams. My Razer Mamba weighs 133 grams, and the Ninja 58, like the name implies, weighs 58 grams. That is twice as light. Wait, no. Boy, do you feel that shit.
This is the kind of thing that just tickles my balls.
It is a huge difference, especially if you're the twitchy type who's whipping that mouse around from left to right. After a few games of Fortnite, it's something you notice and appreciate. You just don't know what's better until you get out there and use one of these yourself. You just don't. You also have a DPI button, so it switches that sweet DPI if you're one of those nerds. You also have the Phantom cord. It's Finalmouse speak for a cord that is also really light and doesn't weigh down the mouse like a normal corded mouse, even though, this is a cord. Okay, you get the point, okay? It sounds like something really stupid when you put it in a sentence, but you have to have one or use one to understand. Now you may be asking, what is it like to use it? Does it make a difference? Yes. It absolutely does. It's like you forget you have something in your hand. The natural instinct to pick up the mouse is there, but sometimes you forget you're lifting anything at all. Clicks are satisfying and firm.
Firmly click it in your hand.
There is so much detail in this mouse that you just have to hold one in your hand to feel the strength. No normal person is gonna pay attention to this, I promise. It's us weirdos that really pay attention to this stuff, but you appreciate it when you have it. I actually found myself fidgeting with my sensitivity to find the right balance, as weight does have an impact on your sensitivity, and of course, people prefer a heavier mouse. People just do. But also, people prefer a lighter mouse. It's all preference, but for the most part for me, I very much benefit from a lighter mouse. I didn't know what I was buying on December 1st. I had problems with mice being too small for my hand, and I returned it the same day, but somehow, some way I convinced myself to burn a $90 hole in my pocket for this, and I don't regret it. See, you don't need a mechanical keyboard to game, or a gaming mouse. You can keep using your earbuds and your 4x3 Dell monitor. You don't need any of it. But the second you make the jump to something better, something that's gonna last you long and change the way you play a game and arguably make you the best Fortnite player, there is hands down no better option than this mouse. There's just so many good things about it that it's hard to recommend people anything else. Of course, you have different wireless options. If you like wireless, go for those options. I don't need no jerk off buttons all over the side of my mouse and be a macro freak. I'm not a fucking nerd. If that stuff matters to you, this mouse is never going to please you. It's not going to change. This is its own beast. If you're ready to make the jump into the next level, more than anything, this should be your first choice. If you can find it anywhere. Also subscribe. Put notifications on.
Now look at him. Pow!